to the stream. Welcome to 12 Products. Oh shit.
What?
I am running the back end, which is why you got multiple messages.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, there's still a bug, right? Because I showed you that thing where it said it had 6 retries. Like, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to, like, set up a different DB because I can't. And we're lucky that it only sent yours. But yeah, that's what happened.
I mean, it also should, like, know which day it is.
No, it wasn't the date that was the time.
It's just the time.
Yeah. Because you notice it didn't find a reminder to send, right? Message. Because, and like I said, that message had tried 6 times, but that's not possible, right? It's finding messages to send, not reminders. Yeah, we're live. Hello world, and welcome to the stream. If you haven't been here before, we are 12 Products, I guess.
We are 12 Product. This is for all about top products 1. I'm 12 Products 2. Minion 1, Minion 2.
Anthony and Alice, and we are building 12 products this year, 1 product a month. It's sort of just a fun way to work on stuff together. Alice is a computer science student, I'm a software engineer, and we just want to work on like our
I'm
skills.
an engineer too.
You're
Not
a
just...
software engineering intern.
Well, like every time I have a chat with my manager in our one-on-one, it's like, okay, I'm feeling closer to like seeing myself as an engineer. He must think like I'm crazy or like have super low self-esteem because that's honestly what it is. It's just like, do I feel like an engineer yet?
He doesn't think you're crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna do. That's weird. I'm just gonna do this. Also,
Are you
just
serious?
well, that's part of it, but also just so I can see the messages in an easier way. Well, sure, why not?
Let's buy more devices and just have like fake users.
Fire it up on your phone. You know, we gotta start the hype train. In fact, what we can do is send out our the stream to our friends.
See, Anthony's really good at doing that, where he loves sharing and posting and like, yeah, and getting attention. Whereas I feel very uncomfortable like posting or sharing. Yes, I do it on LinkedIn sometimes, but it makes me just love spamming.
It's not that I love spamming people. It's just that it's more fun when people show up. You know.
Yeah, well, I told my to stream now. I feel like if she can understand the term streaming, then she's
McFeedle in the chat. Thank you for joining.
I don't know. For some reason, when I think about McFeedle, I think about this a woman, like someone like Cassidy, like Cassidy Williams. Like I feel like she would be a McFeedle, and that's
Mike
like
is super funny.
that's what I imagine.
Check 1, 2. How's that, Alex? And I'll turn down the audio a bit on the music. Hopefully this is better. We switched to OBS, so everything is different than it was before. And I literally started setting this up at like 11:20, which was, an hour ago. So didn't have time to test it.
How's the squat rack, Alex? Do you have like mega quads now?
I don't even think he set it up yet. He's working on it, but hopefully he responds to see if. Okay, not even set it up yet. Wait, Alex, you didn't respond to me though. Is this a better mix for audio and like mic and music? Massive quads. Okay, he doesn't. Okay, yeah, sounds better. Okay. I also have massive quads, but not because they're muscular. I've just got thunder thighs. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about.
TMI.
Whoops, I did not mean to click my.
Maybe you want to show our viewers your thunder thighs. Just lift up your pants a little higher.
No, but what I do want to talk about is this website's a little out of date. This morning I was supposed to actually create the Poke landing page. Instead, I was setting up next stream squat cam, yeah. Instead, I set up OBS, so hopefully the stream's a little bit more performant on our end in terms of like the computer and stuff. We'll also be able to customize the stream a bit more. You know, when people follow and stuff, it automatically will display.
Yeah.
And
I feel like there's less lag as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to perform much better now.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I really like that. Before it was like a good 20-second lag.
Yeah,
totally.
But the cool thing is that it is February, which means maybe we built a product last month. Maybe we didn't.
Maybe it took us a little bit more than a month. Maybe.
But we actually did build. We launched our first product called Poke. I find it very annoying that it has my name here instead of 12 products. That's a little bit of a fuck up. But here it is. It's launched on the App Store.
What happens if you click on your name?
Well, it'll go to my developer page.
Oh. Okay.
It would have been cool if this was 12 products. I wonder if I can change it, but I don't know.
If you change your developer page to 12 products instead of Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, we can check.
I mean, we don't have to do that now.
Yeah. So we did it. We launched our first product. High five.
High five to you too.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Being with us.
So we did it, and it was super fun. I think honestly, the biggest learning for me was like the App Store stuff, because we left App Store stuff for the weekend, like a day before. I guess like the Sunday before the last day. Oh, loopback trial. Yeah, I will purchase you later. Anyway, we saved the App Store stuff for the very last day, or the day before the last day, and I had never done it before. I thought it was going to be straightforward, you know, like if we saved, if the last day, that's my computer, I think.
Why does it sound like rain or like a nice waterfall?
I don't know. It's just working. But I do I have Loom? Loom also fucks up my shit. But yeah, so we left it for last minute, and which was fine and dandy, except that I have like barely. It's not going good now. It was running fine. I could probably close Docker. Anyway, so we left it for the last minute, and I thought, like, you know, deploying something to Vercel, if the last thing that we have to do is deploy a web app to Vercel, that'll take us like, you know, five minutes or whatever. So it's super easy to deploy. Getting something to the App Store is not as easy, it turns out.
Don't leave it till the last day, people.
It was actually hilarious, because first we got rejected because there was a Twilio outage, and like to log into the app you need Twilio. So Apple was like, oh, like this app doesn't work, you can't log in. And I was like, what the heck? And then like we tried, we were debugging, we couldn't debug it. And it turns out, then I looked at Twilio's like status page, and there was an outage at the exact same time that Apple
That's
tested
so weird. Like, what
app.
are the chances? Because usually it has uptimes of 99.999.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a little crazy.
But it happened. So then I was like, okay, I don't know what to do here. And then I just resubmitted it. And then the second time we got rejected because there was like basically I forgot to add this thing in the back end that will accept purchases from both production and the sandbox environment. So they were like, okay, you can't actually accept subscriptions in prod right now with this. So they rejected again, and I was like, okay, it was super easy fix that. And then finally they rejected us for licensing issues. Excuse me. And literally all we had to do was add this in the description. We needed to have a link to Apple's EULA, which is like a license agreement.
End user
license agreement.
Yeah.
And so like literally we got rejected because this wasn't in the description. And so added that, resubmitted, and then finally it was like yesterday. Was it last night or Friday night?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Last night, because we celebrated by eating out.
Oh yeah, we ate some
food.
Afghan. Yeah, so super cool. There's a monthly subscription. It's quite affordable, but not sure if people are gonna use it or not. But like super proud of the launch. We need to do a product hunt thing, which we could do on Monday probably. But yeah.
Well, we need to fix some of the bugs. I think the biggest learning for me was not only should we not leave like launching it on the App Store in the last minute, but also not leave like testing to the last minute. Like I think in our mind we're like, oh yeah, like we created all the endpoints, created the front end and the back end, everything like works theoretically by itself. But then like again, like last minute we're like, okay, obviously we should like test the end-to-end experience, and we found like tons of bugs with like the exact time. The biggest trouble we had was getting like the user like the time zones, the user time matching with the time of the server, because we need to detect like basically we want in the back end for everything to be in UTC, and then for it to show up to the user in their time zone, and just like synchronizing with the right time to send the reminders was definitely a bit of a headache, and we still haven't gotten it perfectly. There's still some bugs, I think.
I disagree. I think we got the time zone stuff perfect.
Okay, we got time zone, but I'm just saying like we didn't solve all the bugs.
There is still one weird bug that we noticed this morning but I don't know if it actually exists or not, or if it's just so basically the back off algorithm right now has a bug. So what happens is like we send a reminder to the user, but then they have to acknowledge it. If they don't acknowledge it, we'll resend it in an hour. If they don't acknowledge that, we resend another one in 2 hours, and then we resend a final one 3 hours after that. But we noticed this morning that the after 3 tries, it's supposed to delete and stop resending. But it doesn't seem to have done that. So Alice had a text that had like resent like 6 times. It just keeps going.
Yeah, and another thing we discovered this morning, again, something that really we could have only found out once it's in production and once people are sending, is that like with our server we're using Render, which deploys our services, and because we're using the free tier, like all indie startups do, like use free for as long as possible. The server spins up and spins down when there's lack of activity. So there's a cold start problem, and for us, we're running a cron job like every minute to check if there's a reminder. So if the render service is down and there's supposed to be a reminder, then like that reminder totally gets missed. Even after it like takes a few minutes to spin it back up, the reminder time has already passed, so it didn't detect like it totally missed some reminders.
Yeah, totally. Like, so basically this morning I was expecting a reminder and I didn't get it, and I was like, what the heck? And it turned out to be, like Alice said, the server actually just shut down for a period of time, and then someone else actually did get a reminder this morning, and it was like, oh, that was weird, how come that one worked? And it just happened to be that someone had signed up like literally 5 minutes before that person's reminder, so the back end spun up again. So yeah, I created this super hacky thing where I literally just have like a curl command pinging the back end every 10 minutes to have some activity. So hopefully it'll allow us to sort of have the server back up all the time. We could also pay for it. It'll be like $7 a month, which is not a big deal. But this curl thing that I'm doing will cost us something like $3 a month for the same, basically achieving the same effect. So we're gonna try that out. It's a bit of a hack, but sorry, Render. Hopefully you're not watching.
10 cents a day, yeah. But the moral of the story for everything is don't leave things to the last minute.
Yeah, that was the other thing, I guess, is like we were pretty chill last month, and you know, it's already February 6th. So
chill. I was doing most of the work in the beginning. Anthony just started ramping up the last week.
The last week, whatever. So we still have some stuff to do. But that's that. That's how it's going. I'm going to finish this poke landing page probably today, but it's pretty cool. This is still a bug. We're still hoping someone will fix this next stream. It should say stream started 30 minutes ago, but it doesn't. And there is an issue on the GitHub for this repo, and someone seemed like they were interested, and then I gave them info and they never followed up. So pretty much happens all the time on open source projects, but that's the state of that. Okay, so now today we're going to, so here's Poke. We're going to start our new product.
Any last words about Poke?
Oh, yeah. I mean, go try it out. It's fun. Well, I'm just super proud. It was the first time I've launched something in the App Store. It was the first time we launched something together. So yeah, I'm just pretty excited about it.
Yeah, like it's a simple product, but it's like it looks pretty polished for what we built in a month. And I plan on promoting it in Rivian's fitness group, and there's like 10,000 people in there. So hopefully we can get a few signups, but only after we fix all the bugs.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, okay, done with Poke.
That's the thing.
On.
I guess one other thing is we will be maintaining stuff a little bit. Like if there's bugs and stuff, we're going to be fixing them. But, we're building 12 products, so mostly our focus is just moving forward.
Oh, and thanks, McFeedo, for signing up.
Weird. I noticed there's like
I think Alex created an account.
Yes.
Yeah.
How come this has been cloned like a bajillion times? Oh, I know why. I see. I was trying to paste over here, and instead I was copy pasting that. So that's fun. Anyways, time to announce the next product, and this is an idea I had a while ago, and I actually did some validation for this product. I'm actually just going to quickly go and do something. This is probably not exciting, but secret stuff. So I just want to make a thing really quick where it's a different scene that does not show my does not show my screen. Okie dokie. And the reason for this is because I don't want to show passwords and such. So, doing secret stuff BRB. So basically I want to make sure I'm about to log into Netlify, and it might default on my work Netlify account, so I just don't want to show that on the stream. Because I'm basically just going to get a URL, because what we're going to be building this month is something that I have actually, like I said, I've done a little bit of product validation on, and I built out a landing page for already. So, but I don't remember the URL because I don't own the domain. Speaking of which, we should probably renew that domain, I guess, because why not? But in terms of showing this for the stream, let's just
drum roll. Dun, 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 dun.
And here it is. So this is what we're building. We're building something called War Room, and basically the idea is it's a product that you can see launching fall 2020. I was doing product validation. It didn't launch in fall 2020, but basically we want to make incident response stress free. The funny thing about launching fall 2020 is I was doing validation in 2020, and that was like 2 years ago, and since then, like PagerDuty and most recently Grafana incident. Grafana is like a dashboard.
Are they like already a big company?
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
big. Yeah. So Grafana announced Grafana incident. This actually was announced February 2nd, so a few days ago, and this is like literally my idea for War Room, where you have sort of this like incident management tool. So this one's probably pretty cool, and because of this, like War Room is probably would never be successful. But again, we're just doing.
Wait, they have a chat bot as well.
Yeah, they have a chat bot thing. So we'll talk about this.
Okay, so they have a command line tool, but they don't have a Slack bot.
They don't have a command line tool.
Is that not command line?
No, chat bot.
What's a chat bot?
It's a Slack bot, chat bot.
Okay, so
it's
this
a bot
is a Slack
that lives
bot.
in chat. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, nobody has done the command line thing yet.
Correct.
Okay. So there's still some
Yeah, we
feature
still have a cool-
differentiation.
Okay, well, let's just talk about this, right?
Okay.
So War Room, it's like, okay, so PagerDuty alerted you, right? Now what? And so the idea is that it's kind of a couple of features here for War Room. One main one is an intelligent status page. So this is pretty common. People have status pages. You know, it's not a big deal, but the idea here is you're updating stakeholders in real time based on open incidents. So when an incident happens, it ties directly into your status page. So
Wait, sorry to interrupt. Anthony hates this, but I have so many questions. So, like with the status page, like currently with the products of status page, is it usually like end user facing, or like the end user like checks like, okay, is Facebook up, or is Twitter up?
Yes.
Or is there like a status page for internal services?
Both, either or.
Okay, because like we have this problem at Rivian where like we have like 100 different microservices, and when something goes down, like I don't know if it's like me doing something wrong with the config or if the service is actually having an error. So I feel like it'll be super useful for like just internal developer teams to check, okay, quickly, like which services are up or down. So that already exists.
in the real world?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say so. So that's one feature. Next feature is for every incident, you actually have this war room. So this is going to be a core feature, but you collaborate over video chat with real-time incident updates joined in a single click, right? So when you're logged in and you're looking at an incident, you'll be able to join a room, and it'll kind of be like a video chat thing. So we'll have to integrate with video chat, and then on the side, you'll be able to see the incident in real time. And as new events and data is attached to the incident, it's kind of in here. So it's sort of like this real-time collaborative environment for figuring out incidents, which is really cool. Then there's going to be a command line tool and hopefully a Slack bot. But as you can tell, that we're getting pretty ambitious here. So it's going to be a tough month, I think. This is what our Valentine's Day date is, by the way. Coding.
How romantic.
But the cool thing is, the idea is like, you know, you're a developer, you're debugging an event. So we're going to have a command line tool for interacting with the event. And Alex, this is where you can come in. You can help build this command line tool for us.
What is Alex good? Why is he good at building command line tools?
It's not that, it's just we need help, so. And he recently worked on the command line tool at Monthly. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the hackathon.
Oh, okay.
What you making it in? So I was thinking the command line, honestly, because of the hackathon, I really enjoyed doing it in Go. So I think it'll be in Go, and then if you
I don't
actually
know how to use Go.
you don't have to work on the command line. But if you look at this, so there's this tool set called Charm, and we build tools to make the command line glorious.
That's so pretty.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to be using Charm to build.
Bubble tea. I love bubble tea.
Yeah. So Charm has all these tools like having a backend for your command line apps, component toolkit, animation libraries, terminal UI and stuff. So gonna basically do this. Gonna build it in Go and use all of this like amazing stuff from Charm.
Oh my god, that animation's so good. It looks
right?
like 3D.
It's incredible.
I like that the roller skate down there. Go down. Yeah, that one. Like
that is 3D.
I know. That looks so sick.
So this is kind of what we're gonna build the command line tool in, and then ideally we have a Slack bot too, but I'm gonna say like Slack bot's kind of stretch goal because I don't think it's as cool, and other people are already doing that. So for us, I think a differentiator is gonna be a cool command line tool, but we'll see. And then here the last feature is like you're removing silos and embracing the learnings, because inside of War Room you have your post-mortems, your incidents, all the events, even run books. It's all under this one roof. So like incident management just lives in one space, right? So that's the idea. I think it's very ambitious for the two of us to do this in February, but so hopefully, although we have no open source collaborators at this point, hopefully we can convince other people to like help because I think the product is it's really sick. It's a really cool idea. Yeah, although other things like this do exist, if we could do a good job, I think out of like all of our ideas for the year, this is probably one of the ones that's like a real thing, right?
Yeah, I wanted to choose like a B2B product for this month also because as we announced in our last stream, we want to use Solid.js as our core
She dropped the bomb. I was going to drop that next, but
can't have you all dropping all the bombs. So yeah, with Solid.js, like they're having this hackathon with prize money. So I don't know. I feel like a B2B tool it's like more attractive than just like a typical tool.
Yeah, so Alex, here's the other thing why you might want to be involved. Like Alice said, right? We're doing this solid hack. So submissions start February 18th and they close April 7th. So we have a good chunk here. And Best App has a $5,000 reward. There's also the student one. So since Alice is technically a student, maybe we could go in there. But I think we'll go for Best App Award. Yeah, so we're going to be using Solid.js on the front end for the web app. And then, like I said, Charm for the command line.
Yeah, Anthony and I watched, I don't know if you guys have heard Learn with Jason. There's a really popular series on YouTube with this guy named Jason, and he works for Netlify, and basically it's just videos with him and all of these other like developers and creators of frameworks and different technologies, and he's just like learning. So we watched this one with Solid.js. It was actually super cool watching this guy talk about Solid.js because first of all, what impressed me was that it looks very similar to React. So that means that the learning curve is a lot easier because the syntaxes are similar. It's also built with JSX. JSX syntax, so that's easier. But the really cool thing is just how simple it is, because it tries to it works directly with the browser rather than creating a virtual DOM like how React does.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, so this is some of the code from the Learn with Jason, but like one thing that's kind of mind blowing is, so in React you'd use like use state. In Solid you do something called create signal, and it's like kind of mind blowing that you can actually keep track of state outside of React components. So there's like none of these like weird hook laws that you have to understand, so this is what like a component would look like. So it's JSX, right? So it feels and looks quite similar to a React component, but the cool thing is like, and it's very inspired by React in terms of like the API design. Like there's a create effect, which you can imagine is like use effect. But the wild thing about these is like you don't need to define dependency arrays or anything like that, because it knows it knows what it needs to care about. So this won't run unless count changes, which is really cool.
So it's like the local state, you're not refreshing the state every time you do a re-render, because with React, you're recreating.
I think it's the other way around. When the state changes, you're not causing a re-render.
Yeah, you're not causing it. Yeah, okay, yeah. When the state changes, you're not causing a re-render. So, like, I feel like the most famous example is this counter thing. But in React, when you do a console.log, what the count is, every time you, like, change it,
there's a new console. Whether or not it changes.
Whether or not it re-renders it. So there's like a bunch of console logs in the inspector versus this. There's only one console log.
Yeah.
Even when the count changes.
Is that true? I think if the count changes, this console logs. Maybe not. Anyway, but one thing that's cool though is actually, so this, I think this console logs if the count changes, but not but this won't re-render.
Yeah, but the whole component won't re-render.
And the cool thing is like this p tag. So basically, since it's not using a virtual DOM, when there's anything in here, like only this p tag relies on the signal count. So Solid will do this magic where it actually will wrap this p tag in like some function or something where if count changes, then it will change. It will basically do like p.innerHTML is equal to and the new count value. And so it literally only cares about this piece of the DOM and nothing else. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so interesting that it looks very similar to React and probably it gets compared with React a lot, but from his perspective, it's like the complete opposite of React, that like it doesn't even go together at all. So I wonder, like, you know, in the future whether people are gonna stick with React or like more startups may start using this. And the other cool thing is that he started this project like years ago. Since like I don't know exactly when, but like 2015, before React came out with hooks.
Yeah.
Before React came out with hooks. So he was way like I don't know, trailblazer than what React was actually doing. So I think that was really interesting.
But then he rewrote it, right? Like these look like hooks because after hooks came out, he rewrote the APIs to look like hooks because he liked the API.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was working on this. Solid was being worked on way before React hooks. So that's really cool, and this is what we're gonna do. We want to participate in that hackathon. Not even for the money, but it's just like I've been wanting to try Solid for a long time. Yeah. It seems extremely cool, and so let's, you know, this is a great. It's the timing just works out perfect. So let's do it, right? So with that being said, should we do it?
Wait, are we going to groom like product features and stuff, or are we just gonna get started? Like, do we know what we're building exactly?
I mean, here is what we're building.
Okay, so we're building everything of this except the Slack bot.
Like, we already have War Room, right? So we have our mom test, product overview. It was originally going to be built with Redwood, but...
Wait, is Solid.js, is it like full stack or is it only
it's just
only
front
front
end?
end? So what are we going to use for back end?
Yeah, see, like, we already have the feature ideas.
Yeah.
Back end is a good question. I don't know, let's see, like, best modern JavaScript backend framework.
If you guys have any suggestions, give us a shout. Any cool backend tools that you've been wanting to try? Oh yeah, we said we were gonna maybe still stick with Nest.js because Nest was really good and we're like getting more familiar with it, so it might not be worth like trying everything new, just so that we can move fast.
Yeah, cause like
I wonder if Solid has any recommendations for what it works really well with.
Cause I would be okay with using Nest. Like Nest seemed fine. I wonder, like, I'm not seemingly able to get any like good results. I wish I could search Hacker News or something. JavaScript backend. Yeah, I mean, how is your backend organized? It would be cool to use something like new, but I don't really know of anything out there. Something called Nectar.js.
Is there any consideration with the CLI, or the CLI will just be a completely new code base?
CLI is a completely new code base. But the only difference, it will hit the same API though. Oh wait. So the other ones I found on Hacker News are like not available. Oh, this one, Nectar.js. Oh, this looks terrible. We could also look on GitHub.
Let's just go with Nest. Why do you want a new one?
Why not? I don't know.
Well, like with less than 4 weeks, because February is also a short month, and we're already a week in.
True. But who doesn't like a challenge?
Oh my god. Are we setting ourselves up for success? Because we gotta start testing this probably like, if we're learning our lesson from last time, we should test it and get it done. Like,
yeah,
a week
but like
before.
testing this is not going to be as hard, right? Like the hardest thing that happened last time was interacting with the App Store, which like that's not going to really matter anymore.
So we would have like a week, like 2 weeks to build this. Who builds a web app with CLI?
Well, we're going to be not sleeping. Anyway, I guess it's fine. We can just use Nest. Nest was fine. I just wanted to see, so like there are Lux builds scalable Node.js powered REST APIs with almost no code.
Oh, no code.
Build is failing. Wait, what? Build is passing, build is failing. David is no longer available.
This is run by like one person?
Also, the documentation has like nothing, so definitely not using that. This one's called Hadron. Oh, has been archived. Nope, not using that. Blueprint, not using that. Mojo. It looks like we're probably going to use Nest. Okay, their website just goes to their GitHub. That's cool. Real-time web framework in TypeScript, meticulously designed for high-performance back-end web services using bleeding-edge JavaScript services.
Bleeding edge.
This one's like kind of interesting. Mojo. Duct tape for the web.
That sounds promising.
That sounds kind of scary, but it's kind of cool. It has like WebSockets built in, which we are going to need WebSockets and some sort of real-time functionality, which is going to be hard.
WebSocket. Is a WebSocket where there's like a bi-directional communication with server and client?
Yeah, pretty much. And what is this? A set of tiny independent libraries for creating modern and fast web apps with JavaScript TypeScript. I just wanted to see what this is. Small library to build UIs with custom elements. Fast. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not going to use any of this. GraphQL. It would actually be dope if we use GraphQL this time.
Oh, yeah. I would like GraphQL
Yeah.
API.
So let's do GraphQL.
Can you do GraphQL with Nest, or Nest is only REST?
No, yeah, Nest, GraphQL.
Okay, that would be like a slight change. We'll still use Nest, but use GraphQL. Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess let's just use Nest then, just because it's like it will help to have experience of some of the stuff, like doing auth and whatnot.
Yeah, like the GraphQL stuff is all new, so we'll have to rewrite a lot of.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess today on the stream we have like an hour left, so let's start generating some code. Sound good?
Okay, sure.
All right. So here we have my terminal. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
And so what we do is I have 12 products here. We're going to make their war room. We'll do one word, war room.
Oh, war room. War room, back end, front end.
Yep, that's how I organize it.
Oh.
So we'll just stick with front end first.
You spelled war room wrong.
Okay, so how do we do this? The easiest way to get started is try it online, or you can use a template by running one of these, or TypeScript. So we will do. So yeah,
We're gonna Google what dgit was. Anyone know what dgit means?
Oh, it's made by Rich Harris.
Who's Rich Harris?
He invented Svelte, which is another like React alternative.
Oh.
Straightforward project scaffolding. Makes copies of Git repos. When you run this, it will find the latest commit and download the tar file if it doesn't exist locally. This is quicker than using git clone because you're not downloading the entire Git history. Basically,
Oh,
it clones
okay.
a repo without the Git history.
So it clones a repo, it just clones the latest version rather than your entire Git history.
Yep.
Oh, so Git clones your entire Git file.
Yeah, all the Git history. Yeah.
I mean, this makes sense. Why would anyone want the entire Git history?
Because if you're working on that project and you need to make a pull request.
Oh, if you need to make a pull request, then you need to know the entire Git history?
Well, yeah, like this has like a new Git history. This I can't make changes to this and apply them back to solid.
Right, because the Git history merges.
Yeah.
Or it overwrites the new. Okay.
So pretty much, yeah. No compilation. So what we'll do, I guess, is we will. Well, I'm not really sure what this is doing, but we will create the front end. We'll create the back end, and then I guess we could start talking about plan of attack.
Attack, because it's war room. You got your armor ready?
Armor. You mean armor? Is this like, am I supposed to respond to
Hopefully
this?
we don't kill each other this month.
What? Did it work?
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know why I
guess
keep
it worked.
yawning.
Solid.
You wanna yarn dev that shit?
I don't think it ran yarn. So,
I mean, yeah, like this was a super lean code. I forget what the actual amount is that he mentioned on the install, but it was just like ridiculously small files for solid JS. There's just like no boilerplate, no heavy libraries.
it looks like it's easy to install.
I think the difficulty using solid would be like there's just not that many libraries that are compatible.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's cool. I like the animation.
It's very mesmerizing.
Just stare at it for 10 minutes.
There we
Very
go.
fast.
Okie dokie. So let's set up Tailwind on this bad boy, and hopefully we don't regret using solid for this.
Why is that like black?
What?
The 12.
Oh, I don't know. It hadn't loaded my shell at that point. So we will yarn add all the Tailwind business.
Oh, it has. Oh, Tailwind. Okay, so Tailwind's compatible with everything.
Should be. As long as you have like a build system. So Tailwind. Is there Okay, so we want to have purge in here. I think we probably don't have time to implement dark mode, but maybe we do, because Tailwind dark mode actually is like pretty sick.
So it's automatically using yarn 3 because it has a PNPM lock.
What?
Is that not saying that it's yarn 3? That it has PNP?
PMPM, like see how it says NPM, so I don't think this is related to yarn.
Oh, maybe it's like
This
the
is
PNP
PMP.
for NPM.
So like PNPM is like a different thing. Fast disk space efficient package manager.
Yeah, so this is the reason why you don't have. Well, you're not. Isn't it? Doesn't that replace node modules? Why do you also have node modules?
How could this possibly replace node modules?
I
There's
thought the
no
whole
code in
point
here.
of this was to replace node modules.
No, like node modules contains code for my dependencies. This is
Yeah.
just a list of dependencies.
But like Yarn 3 doesn't have node modules and it just has a PMP file. I don't know exactly how it works,
No,
but like I
that's
thought that was.
this is you're talking about yarn PNP.
Yeah.
I'm talking about PNPM.
Okay.
This is a fast disk space efficient package manager. PNP means plug and play. This is not
Not the same thing.
no, right? Like this is 2x faster than alternatives. Files inside node modules are linked from a single content addressable storage. PNP blah 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 whatever. This is a package manager. This thing is the same as npm or yarn.
Oh,
Or it's equivalent to one of those.
Oh,
right?
so it's another one on top of that's equivalent to Yarn. Well, but it also has Yarn lock, so it doesn't replace Yarn.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you did it because you did Yarn command, so that's why I created the Yarn lock.
Yeah, exactly. Like.
So like when you run scripts in the package JSON file, are you supposed to do PNP or Yarn?
So like if you read this, right?
Oh, Yarn or PNPM.
Yeah. So I mean, we could try PNPM. It means performant NPM. But ultimately, I say we just get rid of the PNPM lock.
Okay. Sticking with Yarn.
Anyways, back to what we were actually trying to accomplish.
Oh, I helped you avoid a bug.
What bug were we avoiding?
I don't know. There's gonna be conflicts with all those log files.
No, there wasn't. We're using yarn. It would use the yarn lock. It wouldn't care about the PNPM lock. It doesn't. It just doesn't care. Yep. Final step: Tailwind. Import Tailwind into your index.js. Why does it import this? That shouldn't be necessary, should it?
It's cool that there's already a tutorial, Tailwind and Solid.
Wait, sorry, what? This is some person just wrote this.
I know. I'm saying that it's cool that there's a random tutorial.
Oh, okay. So let's see if oh my god, it worked.
What worked?
I accidentally made the thing very large.
Oh, also what's cool with Solid.js is rather than using class name, you actually just use class, which is the native way of
Well, that's how
native
HTML does stuff.
attribute, yeah.
This
See,
doesn't seem to be working though.
You don't need any sort of special syntax with the Tailwind, because in the last one you had to do like TW.
Yeah, but that's because that was React Native. This is not React Native.
Yeah.
No, I swear that it worked on the logo. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know why. Nope, I do not know why. So this does not seem to be working. Let's just get rid of anything related to styles.
You don't want to use it their way where, so what do you
What do
call
you
it
mean
when
use it
you
their way?
import styles from that? What do you call it that? That's just like normal CSS when you're using inline CSS with Tailwind? What do you call that way? Yeah.
This is CSS modules.
CSS modules.
And this is nothing. This is a utility class where you load a bunch of Tailwind CSS and then you put a class name on something which applies CSS to this thing, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's kind of like a CSS module, except the modules are written by Tailwind.
Yeah, it's not really like a module though. CSS modules, like, this generates a CSS that's scoped to this, so that you have to like import it like this, styles, and then it only applies if you do styles dot whatever. Whereas this is a class. This is globally applied across my entire application.
Right.
So that it's not really.
So
the same
maybe
at all.
like for Tailwind, is this a module that's imported into like your like topmost level component, like your app?
But it's not a module, because CSS modules, the styles get hash names, and then you do styles dot something to apply it.
Oh, okay.
That's not what's happening with Tailwind.
So
Tailwind
it doesn't
is
like
just a class, right? This is a global,
right.
like it's basically, you just go like this, right? Dot text to like text red 600, color red, and then you import this CSS file. It's global across the entire application. Anything with this class will have red text.
Alright, so there's just no specificity associated with.
Correct. You're using classes instead.
Yeah.
You use classes.
Right. I mean,
So
doesn't that
class.
create problems if you?
Why would it create problems? You only apply the class if you want that thing to apply. Otherwise, why would you be putting the class there? The way that you get scoping problems in CSS is if you have something like this, where you're like, button, and then you use that across the app. It's like, well, what the fuck is a button? Well, sometimes it's red background, sometimes it's not, blah, 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 whatever. It's not meaningful, right? Or you end up getting like landing page, button, or some dumb name like that. Like, this is where you'll have more problems, because this is global, and what if someone accidentally names the thing somewhere else, and now you have conflicting CSS? Or, for example, button is so generic, but what if two people define button in two different places?
But like you said, it's only associated with that specific module. So you have
No, I'm talking about not CSS module. I'm saying global CSS.
Okay.
Global CSS.
Okay, so it's not a problem with module CSS.
No, because it's scoped to the module.
Yeah.
That's why modules were invented. But this though is global, a global class name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So a module, like, is a component a module? Can you import styles into like a different component, and that also counts as a module? Or can you only import it in, like, what defines a module?
This.
Yeah, so app.module only applies to app.
No.
Like,
it applies to anywhere that imports that
imports
file.
that file. Okay.
App is just a name.
Okay, so you can import it to as many places as you want,
Totally.
and then you just reference it that way.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I feel like it's like working very similarly with Tailwind, except Tailwind just does like the specific class rather than you importing modules. It kind of also like
Yeah, but it's just not like Tailwind at all, right? Like,
one
this
uses
is a
class.
module where it's scoped, and it's whatever arbitrary, like, you create arbitrary things with arbitrary CSS.
Yeah.
That's not how Tailwind works. The whole point of Tailwind is that you have classes that are based on a utility. So
Yeah, that's already predefined. Like the utility defines the CSS, and you're just referencing that.
right. So like, for example, flex. If you add in Tailwind, if you add some like a class name of flex1,
Yeah.
this, for every class in Tailwind, it applies one single property, CSS property.
Yeah.
So it's like a 1-to-1,
Right.
right? And then you use utility composition to build out your styles, where you'll like, I think honestly the best example is like literally on their homepage, right? This is what it looks like, and as you add utilities, it's changing. But this is instead of creating a new class called like block quote paragraph and then adding a bunch of CSS inside of that, you just compose with with utility classes.
What's a utility?
Like the definition of utility.
Or like, what does utility mean in Taiwan? Like every like specific
Utility
style?
is something that does it's basically, it does a thing, right? Like a utility class just means, again, this class maps to a single utility or a single like function, I guess. What does a kid eat for snacks? Jello. Hello, Maddie. I want some Jello.
I don't get the joke. Is it just fact, or is there like a?
Can you open that? I think like, you know, hello. Hello, Jello.
Okay. Oh, thanks for explaining. I'm not good at getting jokes. Anthony's better. This is embarrassing. I was just crawling into my sweater.
So again, like colors applies too, right? So like background sky 50. Never watched Modern Family.
You watch Modern Family.
Modern
You
Family's
love
hilarious,
Modern
yeah.
Family. I only watch Too Hot to Handle. It's funny because I've been like reading this textbook.
That's weird.
And it's like after reading a chapter, I'm like, I need to dumb down my brain a little bit. So then I switched to Too Hot to Handle. So I vacillate between this and schmut.
The on-screen chat was broken. I don't know if it's actually like fixed now or not. Awkward. So yeah, it looks good now. Cool. Thanks, Matt. Anyway, does that make sense though? What a utility is? We'll answer Maddie's question in a sec, but okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like a utility first. So it means that like every class has some sort of utility, and then you basically compose them to designs. Yeah. Cool. Is it actually? It doesn't seem to work actually. Like
what doesn't work?
The chat. Like I have to like open it up for it to refresh. It seems like. Anyways, well, we'll figure it out. This is our first stream using OBS, so it is what it is, I guess. But to answer your question, what we're building.
So we've just launched Poke. You can check it out on the App Store you have to like, there's a link in the chat. Anthony will copy the link again. But Poke is definitely not the top result when you search it on. Yeah,
it turns out if you search Poke in the App Store, it's like just 100 Pokemon apps. So
I would get distracted and download the Pokemon apps instead.
Although we loved the name, it turns out that it was a terrible.
I
name
like
to choose.
It's gentle text-based
reminder.
It's
anyways, so this is what we built last month. This month we're building War Room. So this is an idea I came up with in 2020. I was doing product validation for it in 2020, but I never built it because I don't know, did something else instead.
Oh my gosh, we will watch your video for sure, Maddie. We've been having a bit.
Oh yeah, if you want me to drop the link to the video on OBS for Mac, that'd be cool.
No, he has Android.
Damn.
Oh, you can't use it.
We did build it with React Native, so it's possible that we could get it onto Android, but we just wanted to like narrow the scope. So dealing with one app store was like a big enough frustration, I think. But yeah, so this month we're building this, it's called War Room. Just an old idea I had that feels like it'll be a fun thing for us to build. You essentially, it's like, if you have an incident happening in your code base, like you've been alerted for PagerDuty, what happens next? So it's going to be like a status page / war room / like incident. It's basically an incident management tool, right? So there's this idea of a status page. This is not an original idea. People have this, but the cool thing about this status page, I guess, is that it hooks in directly with your incident management system. So like, these incidents will be closer to real time than probably like other stats pages that never seem to be up to date.
And this also will be like for the small guys. It's not for like huge companies. And it just occurred to me this will be like perfect for us because once we launch like multiple products, like we can have like
we can use this.
We can actually use this, like because. Obviously our products are like breaking down or throwing errors, so if we can actually keep track of all of our products like in a single place, we're just building this shit for
fun
for our own purposes.
Yeah, and then there's like this, when there is an incident, there's this concept of a war room, which is hence the name war room, which will be this sort of real-time collaborative environment where you have like video and voice chat, as well as like live updating to the incident. So you can see here that it says real-time incident updates, and what that means is you can add events to an incident, and the way you do that is by tools like the command line. So you can see here war room add event logs, and it will pipe logs into the API and then put them in as events. So the cool thing is, like, if you've done like an incident before, you often have like a post-mortem, and in that post-mortem you'll probably like go and collect logs and add stuff and whatnot. But the idea with war room is you kind of do that in real time, so that later when you're doing the post-mortem on an incident, it automatically pulls in events that you've already had in there. Of course you can add new events, but then it'll also calculate stuff like mean time to resolution and do these things directly for you. So I don't know. I think the idea is that it'll be like kind of cool.
I don't know how people are going to start using it though. Like, because obviously like big companies are not going to use a product developed by like 2 people. And like, and also small like indie developers like us are not going to need like a war room necessarily, because there is like one person working on it.
But I think like, well, first of all, how do people use this? Sales. But ultimately, like, I think that the purpose of this is it's more for people with micro SaaS products that are like small startups, right? Like it's for people that have like startups size of 10, where this is a very important thing to do, but also often those startups don't do this because it's like just a pain in the butt to like figure it out. Hopefully the tool will make it easy for them.
PagerDuty and all of these other tools might be like overkill or too expensive.
And so Maddie, A, this is February's product. B, we do work on it off stream. And in terms of validation, actually, I originally wanted to actually build this as my own little micro SaaS startup in 2020, and I did do some product validation actually. So
you guys should read. Yeah, it would definitely be good to do. I mean, we did a bit of UX research. For all the indie developers out there, we recommend the book. If you haven't heard of it already, but you probably have, it's called the Mom Test. And so we did the mom test on like several like engineering managers and engineers at different companies. And I think the overall consensus, I mean, most people said it would be useful to have.
I guess like the main thing that we got from talking to people was that like a lot of people do sort of these things, but they're all very like disjointed. So they use all these different tools to do stuff, and the idea here is that we'll pull it all together in one. Product market fit is hard to find without talking to people. I definitely agree with that. But just as a small caveat is that as good it doesn't really matter how good any of our ideas are necessarily, because ultimately we're kind of just building for fun and to grow as to learn and to develop some product sense and stuff, and so
we tried to do it the right way before by doing product validation first and talking to users first and get that validation, but honestly, that I feel like that was what stopped us from building a lot of things. It's just it just took the fun out of it, because it's who wants to code call people, and if that's the right thing to do, no argument about that. But I think we've really shifted our goals to because we're engineers, we want to build things, and we want to be focusing on build it. And like, yeah, like a lesson learned is definitely, it's not that when you build it they will come, because they probably won't come, but I think we've accepted that that's okay.
Yeah. The other thing, oh, I'm getting buzzed. This is your food. The other thing that I think is really interesting is that
the spud delivery guy is listening to what's really interesting for you.
Yeah, at the end of the day too, what my hope of this whole thing is that like there'll be maybe like 1 or 2 products at the end of this year that like either we really love or that other people love or have found interest in, and then we will like continue to develop those products and probably like shop them around and do that sort of iteration post this project.
I mean, Maddie, I'm curious to hear, like, sounds like you've done things without validation and just worked on your programming skills, and maybe you have done things like with validation. Like, how do you feel, like, what have you found more success in, and like what have you like enjoyed doing more? Because maybe it might be like, it might be different. Yeah, like just want to hear like kind of about your experiences on this like product development cycle, whether you feel like, you know, doing validation was really critical for you.
Oh, cool.
Oh, your product is above validation. Maybe we need to use your product. What's your product? Link it. Because definitely that is a pain point. Pain point. Like it's like I was in sales before coming back to school for development, and you would think that me being in sales, I would have that experience in marketing and talking to people to do it, but like I absolutely hate doing it.
Oh yeah, for your startup, yeah, it totally makes sense. I think if you're actually going to pursue a startup full time or for real, obviously you definitely want to do validation.
Do you have a landing page or anything for your product? Okay. So you stream bingo party. I love the name. Yeah. It doesn't sound. What? What is this? This
As
is
a streamer,
not.
use the following button to generate a board randomly. As a viewer, you need to ask your streamer for a board.
How is this about validation?
Okay, so no, I think. Well, so. Okay, whoops, did not mean to do that. So, stream bingo, get 3 or more subs, stands up, says I can't believe that worked. Something with perfect timing, user banned. So essentially what happens is like,
oh, a lot of
so
that
if
has
I
happened.
paste this link, is the idea is that I'm supposed to, oh gosh.
Oh, you built a live one.
Chat plays bingo while you stream. So I'm guessing the idea, I get rid of those. Yeah, so there's the link, right? And then, okay, so here we go. Like what happens is, Maddie, maybe you can demo this in real time. I'm not sure how this works exactly, but I'm about to drink some water. So here's the bingo. There's a drinks water, right? Took a drink. What happens next? Do you click on drinks water then?
State management. Yeah, multiple people are changing state at the same time.
But I don't know. Is this like a collaborative board? Yeah. So on your board, you check it off.
Oh, okay. So he'll do it on his board, so we won't get to see. Everyone checks their own board, so everyone gets their own version of a board. And then what happens when someone gets bingo?
State is saved in the URL. This is actually kind of cool. The state is, so it's just a binary.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. That's smart. I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's smart.
If I get bingo, I declare bingo and share my board. Oh, cool. Okay, so how is it then? Right, so the idea is everyone starts with this blank board. What happens if I... Nice. nice. It doesn't update. That's cool. No cookies, no nothing. Okay. So how do you, in that sense, like, would the idea be that you have like sort of a Twitch command that will, allow people to get their fresh boards, or what? Because I guess you have like a empty board at the same time, but that's really cool. I like this. It seems like a fun thing to do.
People have to pay attention.
Yeah. That's cool. Board, nice. I love that. I honestly wish we don't really have enough viewers to do this.
Yeah, like we should have like actual like prizes.
Streamer doxes themselves. That is hilarious. So it looks like then I use bingo if they want to declare bingo. Nice. And then I'm guessing that it looks to me like the board has different events based on generation. So forgets to mute mic, chat spam,
oh, I like it.
technical
It does
difficulties.
random things.
I don't know if it's random or just positioned randomly, but there's definitely some like that I didn't see before. Higher engagement, yeah. Well, we could probably implement this into our stream.
Imagine all the streamers start using it. That would be amazing.
Okay, list of 30 randomized in random positions. Nice. Mispronounces a name. This is actually hilarious. I love it. It'd be cool if there was like some of this type of integration was built into Twitch. I haven't tried like much programmatic Twitch stuff at this point, but
What's seating? What are you doing?
what do you mean?
Oh. Yeah, what's seating? You said you learned about seating. Yeah, I wonder if the random function is seated so that board ID always generates the same order.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That's really sweet.
So for every board, for every unique board, it's same order. That's cool. Has anyone gotten bingo on your streams?
Code is on the GitHubs. Okay, so we have the front end. Let's do our back end now, which we will just, I believe there's like a, Dev, talk products, war room.
Almost every time they get a bingo.
That's hilarious.
I need to read the board again to see like what are the things typical streamers do.
We will scaffold your app in a few seconds. Look, see, PM.
Oh, okay. Wait, did you choose that before?
This is
For
Nest.
I know. Did you choose it before?
What do you mean before? Last? For
Yeah,
Poke?
yeah, for Poke.
No, we used Yarn, remember?
I know, but did you have the option to choose?
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
I believe so, yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah, really nice.
What a pleasant CLI experience.
Yeah, we should do that for ours.
Okay, project 2. Okay, I'm gonna open OBS to click on this because lurk reveal who is in your stream.
I like how all your products are about stream, like improving streamer experience. You're probably on Twitch a lot.
This is cool. So welcome Donnie, James, Joint Effort, Maddie, and McFeedle. So what are the colors? This uses TMI. Oh, cool.
Better visualize.
TMI.js. JavaScript package for Twitch chat. Connect and interact with Twitch chat. On message. Oh, this is pretty cool.
I wonder, like, like why people take all the time to build like free libraries like this.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're building is like
to have just more users.
Calling out lurkers on Twitch is always a bit risky. So, user counts for broadcast. I guess I don't really know, like, yeah, so wait, so what do the colors mean? Some people just want to lurk, but, oh, the colors are in the footer. Oh, I'm an idiot. Known bot. Oh, cool. Digital friend, Claw team member?
Claw team member. You're a Claw team member? What's Claw?
Right, so I guess I apologize if someone didn't want to be revealed.
Well, we know most of those people.
This is pretty cool.
That's your stream team.
Yeah, I kind of want to like, I actually really like James Little has the Twitch chat on his stream is like using IRC, and I actually would like to do something like that for ours instead of having this this OBS thing, which clearly doesn't seem to be working because it's not updating on the stream properly. But
does the IRC like automatically go offline too? You can have an IRC chat, IRC chat channel somewhere else, and you can continue chatting even if the Twitch ends.
No, I don't think so. Also, it'd be fun to build like a bot or something. I don't know how it works exactly, but connecting to Twitch IRC. So I guess Twitch just has like an IRC. Anyway, I'm gonna look into this and maybe do this for our chat instead, because then I can have my terminal colors and whatnot. Anyways, Worm front end. Open collective. Maybe 12 products should be. What do you have to be an open collective? I guess 12 products probably shouldn't be. Yeah, that's not. Anyway.
You need to not get.
Big. I have no idea what I'm doing. Energy with my Twitch IRC thing. Okay, well, I love that, and
Wait, Maddie, you're from Switzerland? Wow. What time is it for you?
Picky.ch. So what is this? Oh.
Anthony wanted to learn German for a while. Show everybody your German. You're great German.
I cook for you?
Oh, really?
Or I will.
You say that in German.
Ich koch für dich. I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
Now, like, I'm starting to get hungry. Actually, I want this pizza. Valentine's special for singles. Look, I can read German no problem.
Oh.
It's a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous,
Swiss
Maddie.
Canadian,
Let's like
cool.
switch. You come live here, and I'll go to Zurich. I've actually volunteered for a summer in this mountain near Zurich. I spent like a whole summer there, and I forget what the mountain is called, but there's like this monastery on top of the mountain that was converted into like an eco hotel, and yeah, like I just woke up to the sound of cowbells and ate cheese and fresh bread every single day. And I just took my bicycle and just like rode around all the small towns. And it was like beautiful. And I went rock climbing too. It had like really cool rock climbing. And then in Zurich, no, I think in Lucerne, I went to a music hall. I forget what the music hall, but it's very famous music hall. And I saw Agnes Obel. Yes, the KKL. Yeah. I know there's lots of mountains around Switzerland, but it was just like absolutely beautiful. I would definitely go back. I love how small it was and how friendly people were, and also how amazing your language skills are, because you can like speak like Swiss German and speak like Swiss Italian, and there's like a lot of languages. very hard.
Well, maybe we should go to
We'll visit you, Maddie.
Switzerland and build 6 of the 12 products.
We can't afford to live in Switzerland.
We can't? Why not? 4 languages. That's cool.
Yeah, for like such a small country.
Yeah, I love that. I would love to go to Switzerland.
Yeah.
I like Switzerland because that's where Roger Federer's from.
And is that where like the On shoes are made? On is our like favorite brand of shoes.
I think
they're like Swiss.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, great design.
Yeah. Okay, well we have 30 minutes, 25 minutes left. What should we do? Should we build something?
Yeah, let's like build something small in Solid.js, and we can kind of see how it works.
Renting a flat Airbnb is not too bad. I mean, we live in Vancouver, which is like some of the worst rent in Canada, so I'm sure it's like nothing we're not familiar with already. Oh, Maddie's been in the office of On and was interviewing them.
What?
Then, oh.
What, are you a software engineer? Like, are you like intermediate, beginner? Like, what do you do? Are we just gonna stalk him in real life?
We're gonna plug the stream. Oh, what the? Okay, yeah. So, startup co-founder, data person, building just in numbers, real-time analytics. Real-time analytics for live streamers.
Oh, this is really nice website. Good job, Maddie. This is beautiful.
I like this moving
yeah.
thing.
What is it? The analytic. Oh, okay. Real-time analytics engine for your Twitch live stream.
Without being a data nerd. That's nice. First 100 users of Just in Numbers will never pay a penny ever. This is really cool. 12 products. Send. This is a Netlify form.
You think?
I don't think I know. Very cool. Everyone go check out Just in Numbers. Do you know, yeah, 100% on Netlify. Do you have any idea of like when it will launch? I mean, there's like 7 people on this stream, so I'm not sure if a lot of people will see this.
Don't make any promises like Anthony. Just post like launching in 2020 and then 2 years later, nothing.
Hey, I was doing product validation. It was just like, I just wanted to see if people were interested.
Just broken promises.
Everyone go check out Maddie. Also,
the claw.
I'm not sure why I'm on mobile Twitch, but okay, cool. Well, this is a Solid.js app. For those that were not here when we talked about it, the reason we're building the front end in Solid this month is because there's a Solid hackathon. I honestly don't think that we have a chance of winning anything, but it's just for fun, just to participate, and we've always wanted to try out Solid.js, so shout out to Solid for doing stuff, which is cool. Oh yeah, no worries on the promo. Thanks for showing up. Always appreciate it. What I'm gonna do here actually is, I thought that I must have deleted it.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, I don't know. What I want to do is in GitHub, I have War Room Ops maybe? I just want to grab the theme. War Room? I don't know what the repo's called. I'm just going to bring this into like, because I already have the theme and stuff for War Room.
Your emoji is so cute.
Oh, thank you. War Room? Oh, you know what? Is it a different org? I don't even know where I built this thing. There's way too many.
Oh yeah, we had a War Room org. Yeah, it's a different org. We had like a org by itself.
Okay, are these? We did?
Yeah.
When you say we, were you?
Yeah, I'm in that org as well.
Oh really?
Wow, you're in a lot of orgs.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I found it. Monolith. Oh, this. Okay. Cool. Well, all I want from this is the theme. Oh. I guess there's not even.
There's not much. There's this warm black.
I don't even think I need the font size thing. Theme, extend, colors. Okay, well, there you go. There you have it. I will port this landing page over to the 12 products thing because that's where all of our landing pages will live. But
yeah, they'll save us some time.
Oh, I didn't realize that we had a Mailchimp thing.
Oh, I wonder, is there like other people who've like signed up?
I don't know because I haven't looked.
You haven't looked?
But no, like it's not being advertised or anything. So, but I think.
I hate that you have to advertise. I mean, I wish there was this like automatic way of doing validation and getting people to sign up for your product. Not to push products on people that they don't need, but like finding the right users that will benefit from your product, like that's able to like connect the users and the product together.
Yeah.
With zero effort.
Okay. What I'm gonna do here, components. We'll do logo, TSX. How does solid? Okay, so I think you have to do export default in solid.
All of their components are default exports.
Yeah.
Which is not the case for React, right? Like you don't have to do. Or do you do that
so
in
I
React
think
too?
so. Like you can do non-default exports, I think, in Solid, but what Ryan said on Jason's Learn with Jason stream was that it works better. He didn't say why, so I don't actually know the reason, but he said to do it this way. So I'm just gonna go.
Okay, but in React, you do like non-default exports as much as.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, get init is always the answer. I missed that thing. Making good progress, no idea when. Oh, not too late. Okay, cool. So anyway, I just want to take this.
So it's almost like possible to just copy and paste your React app into Solid and it'll work. Obviously you have to change some like small stuff, but
yeah, totally.
not that much. Well, you gotta change all the class names.
No, it works. It's backwards compatible.
Oh yeah, it is backwards compatible.
But we'll just use class because we're gonna use Solid the way Solid was intended to be used. What? Logo.svg. We'll get rid of this. I think this is kind of funny. Oh, whoops! What did I just delete? I found that I went on this like kick where I was like trying to build logos.
Oh my god, he gets obsessed.
With just Tailwind.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's what. So like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny to do it that way, and so like that's. Oh weird. Am I not?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, well it's busted, but that's. I see. We probably need this class on here. Class. Whoops! I did a whoopsie there. There we go.
That's beautiful.
So.
Done.
Yeah, there's the logo. Yeah, I don't know. I just like I found that. Let's see. Does this website work? All of my projects.
Are dead.
All of the URLs are broken. But if we go to Netlify, I'll show another logo I made in Tailwind just because why not? I think it's funny. Domain. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is a product I built in a weekend for fun called Postage, and I did this logo, basically this stamp thing in Tailwind, and I just think it's hilarious. It's Tailwind in CSS, but it's kind of cool because up here is the logo with the stamp, but then I'm like reusing it here, and like you can use it anywhere you want, just because it's literally just CSS, which is probably not the way that like a professional would do things, but for me, I don't know, it's just fun.
Do it?
Well, like you'd have a designer and they would export like an SVG or whatever.
Oh, and you would just import SVG rather than doing it from scratch?
Yeah. But for me, I think it's like just kind of fun to do it with CSS, so that's what I did there. And since the War Room one is already developed, like let's just roll with it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Look at this.
And it's kind of cool because you can like copy text, which is like obviously pointless, but cool beans. And so that's the logo. Header, we will brand black. So this must be. Doesn't seem like hot reload is working, or. Oh, actually, I think that I'm just a fool. I think we'll want this to be brand instead of WR. I mean, I don't know. Is that? Yeah.
Do we want? Yeah. I guess we gotta make the text white now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Wait, so what are you building right now? Are you building like
building anything.
inside of the app, or this is the login page, or?
I'm just messing around. I'm not really building anything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we don't have to do it on the stream, but we can definitely start creating tickets for this.
Oh, that's wonky.
Maddie, when you're working, do you collaborate with others, or are you just working by yourself? Do anything on the stream you like? What's something crazy we can do?
What? I don't know. I'm not doing anything crazy. Why does this not work anymore though?
I wanna like eat ramen while you're coding right now. So like our streamers can get like both coding and like, what is it called when you watch somebody eat? It's like a specific term for it.
You're talking about ASMR? Like
yeah, the
food
ASMR. Yeah, but I feel like there's a Japanese term for it as well. Anyways.
Oh really? Japanese term watching people eat.
Yeah, mukbang.
Oh,
mukbang.
okay.
Yes.
All
That's.
right. I guess it is a thing.
Oh,
this
it's
is
Korean. It's Korean.
Oh, it's an
it's
eating
an actual
show.
show.
An online audio-visual broadcast in which a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience.
I wonder like who invented that. That's like pretty amazing.
It became popular in 2010. When was like when did Twitch become popular?
Global trend.
Founding year? 2011. Wow, people so that was like people were doing that before streaming on Twitch. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. And we also need to create our face emojis like Maddie has.
Well, these ones are just Twitch defaults.
Oh, really? I thought that's like a version of him.
No.
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 I mean, it kind of looks like ish.
I mean, look at so this is
My
like
guy.
these are all the built-in ones, right? There's like
Oh, okay. Just random people's faces.
yeah. Well, they're like Twitch streamers and stuff.
Oh,
I'm
are
sure
they famous
all have
streamers?
like they all have like stories behind them. Hey, Danny. Welcome. Yeah, they do have reasons to them.
Ooh, you guys got investment.
Ooh, nice.
Congrats.
That's
Wait, you
nice.
have investment to work on your current like the analytics product now that you guys are doing full time. That's super cool. I wonder how you did that. We should get backers for 12 products so we can just quit our jobs and do this full time.
I mean, I do want to have. I am trying to set up GitHub sponsors, but there's an issue right now, and I can't actually set it up. So I created a ticket earlier today. We actually want.
Full-time startup cookies. Oh. Man, how many startups are you running, Natty? And like you've just mentioned like 4 or 5. It's a stream project. Oh, you're so cool. You're somebody who like probably codes 24/7. you gotta like, you can't just work a corporate job. I don't know why you were interviewing with On. You just gotta be like doing your own projects all the time.
Okay, so I guess like this will be the landing page or whatever, and then
Wait, what do you do, Maddie? You didn't say like what are you? What do you do? Like what sort of positions were you applying for?
I might as well just put this over.
How can you not be a developer and know and like do all of these projects? What are you porting over?
I'm just gonna port the landing page over, yeah.
But you're gonna get all of these like commits and lines of code for free in the GitHub Insights, and
What?
you're gonna beat me. You know, like we always compare our contributions.
No, we don't always compare. You do. I don't. No. I anyway, I'm just porting like the landing page over, and then that's what I'm gonna do today. We need to port it over, right? Otherwise.
Yeah.
So I'm just actually gonna replace this.
Maddie's the full stack analyst, everything around data. That's cool.
I'll have to create nav, get rid of this. I'll have to recreate the grid.
That's really interesting. So this book I'm reading, I was actually reading about the differences between like data warehouses and like typical storage. So like typical storage systems like SQL or NoSQL are usually used by application developers, where you're making like infrequent, like not infrequent queries, but just you're making lots of queries and requests, and you're usually looking at fewer like records, whereas for analysts you're like looking at huge chunks of like data for more infrequent requests. So then like just the differences between data warehouses and storage systems. What sort of data warehouse tools do you use? It was cool. There's like different schemas. There's like a snowflake schema and a star schema, which was interesting. I guess like Snowflake is a data warehouse tool, and I guess I now understand where they got their name from. Too agnostic. Yeah. If you're already interacting with all these tools, I feel like learning how to develop would be like pretty easy for you. What's Pam Beasley? Oh.
Please tell me that you've seen The Office.
No, I've never seen.
Oh, no.
I've never seen The Office.
Pam Beasley is from The Office. All these people on the landing page are from The Office. I need to buy the Moonlanders. Yeah, so like all these people.
Yeah.
Michael Scott, Dwight Schrute. Michael Scott is oh my god, what is the boss's the actor?
Steve Carell.
Steve, yeah, that guy. That guy. It's really cool. Okay.
Ooh, he writes in SQL, so star schema or Kimball. I've never heard of Kimball, but yeah.
Oh my goodness, that didn't work as expected.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand SQL. I might like take a class on SQL because it seems very interesting, and I have no idea how to write SQL. But I feel like I understand like the basics of select and join and grouping things together. But I'm sure you can get like way more specific than that.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
So like with obviously SQL language, you only work with relational databases. Like SQL languages do not work with NoSQL like DynamoDB. Yeah, I guess you can't do like joins and stuff because there's no relationships. Oh, you love teaching SQL. You can coach me. Wow. That I can't imagine like someone who loves like teaching SQL. Like, oh well, I would love to learn from you. Maybe you should have a stream teaching SQL. I bet a lot of people will show up. I definitely will show up. Oh, you've done it 3 to 4 times already? Okay, are we subscribed to his channel? I want to make sure I get notified. When's your next one?
Okay, this will be fun.
You need to start from scratch for me though. Consti grid.
You're being mean.
It's not mean, it's cute.
Interesting. I wonder, can you do that in Solid?
Oh, you got it to work. It looks good now.
No, it's not good, but. Resources. How do I search their docs? Oh, click on the docs button maybe. Is there no search?
Okay, maybe I'll watch Maddie's stream tomorrow. I've actually never seen other people's streams.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. How many people show up on your streams, Maddie? I'll be like shy. But if I can be a lurker. Oh my gosh, that was too nice. I feel like I need to spend some time on basic, on like a normal tutorial so I don't look like a fool.
I've already shown you the tutorial to use.
What? 100 plus raids? Raid sounds really cool. I want to be part of a raid. I just imagine, yeah, like a group of people just like decide on a random stream. Like there's like the stream has like 1 or 2 viewers currently, and then the person's just like doing their thing, and then suddenly they notice their viewer count goes from like 2 to like 102. They'll be like crazy. At the end of a stream, a streamer just raids someone. So like at the end of the stream is just like, okay, everyone here, like let's find another stream to just all jump onto right now.
Yeah,
okay.
That's super cool.
Maybe we should be focusing on coding.
I mean, I'm coding.
It's not fun when I'm not coding. Does everyone notice there's like not an Easter egg, but a special thing that we do every time someone streams? Bonus points! If you guys can guess.
I figured it out.
You figured it out? Oh, good job.
I wonder if I'm allowed to actually do this.
Okay, so discover anything cool about Solid so far?
Well, I'm using one of their 4 things.
Ooh, yeah. So the for each is kind of like map in React, where like you iterate through all of the items.
Apparently. What did I do wrong? Oh.
And what's the advantage of this for each?
I don't know, they have some sort of optimizations going on. So I don't need the index, and then so this would be row.
I can go to your personal website and book directly. How much do you charge?
Book what?
A private SQL learning session. Nice. We should stream this, like you teaching me SQL, like it'll be like cool for other people to watch. For you to teach like a complete noob, because I bet other people will have similar questions. Okay. You're too kind.
I'm basically just porting.
Yeah, I'll totally be down to stream it. And then I'll ask all the stupid questions that people are afraid to ask.
mean, this is sort of coming together. I think I just need the grid. So let's learn about create effect.
Yeah, we should just go through the tutorial. It seems like there's like there's not that many like built-in functions or hooks.
No, it's pretty simple.
Like you create signal, create effect, create memo, create resource. And I'm excited to learn this because I actually will learn how the DOM actually works.
Really?
I don't know, maybe, I think so. Like you understand closer because you're working actually with the DOM, so.
The thing I'm not sure about is okay, let's see what happens if this breaks stuff or not.
So what you're trying to do is
Basically,
the grid that's on your website?
This.
Oh, that's a grid. Okay, so you're trying
cool.
to
So
replicate
that just
it
works.
works.
That's nice.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, not bad. I don't know why this whole situation is like the way it is, but because it should look like this. It doesn't. It looks like there's just like some sort of padding issue though.
Yeah.
This is padding.
What's MD colon PB?
Medium, meaning on a medium
Oh,
trees.
okay.
PB is padding
so that's
bottom.
For
This is
mobile.
tail end, right?
Yeah, that's for responsive.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2.
What?
It's 2.
What's 2? Oh. Time to end the stream.
We have a lot of work to do.
It's lunchtime.
We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. As you can see, because this doesn't look good.
So just to recap, what we've done on this stream is kind of, show you guys our launch product on Poke on the App Store, and we started with our new February product, War Room, and we just set up the scaffolded the front end and back end. So for War Room, we're using Solid.js, participating in the hackathon, Solid.js for the front end, and we're using Nest for the back end. We used Nest last time, but the difference is that we'll use Nest with GraphQL for the back end this time, so that should be interesting. What we want to accomplish in the next week is we need to start creating tickets so we have kind of the feature pretty much defined. What we want is a status page for the web app, a actual war room that displays all the participants. And wait, are we gonna build a video conferencing thing? No.
Pretty much.
What? No, we can't build a video we can't build Zoom.
There's a real-time video for start as a service. There's a startup that does it. This one maybe.
I feel like this one will be kind of expensive to start running.
It might be.
With Poke, obviously there's upfront costs. Was it Twilio? Twilio's actually not that expensive. We put $20 on there. To launch on the developer app on the App Store, it was $100. But it was under $200 all in to launch Poke. This one I feel like will be a lot more.
I was honestly looking at a company, a SaaS product that does video chat sort of recently.
Yes, Maddie, we are both Canadian. I actually grew up in Toronto, North York, went to high school in what's my high school name? Oh, Mackenzie. I was student council president and voted most likely to work at Mackenzie. That's not I don't feel like that's a good one at all, a good word. And then I went to Queens for university for my undergrad, and then I did my master's in Europe, so that's how I got to travel around and live in Switzerland for a summer. And then Anthony was born in Alberta and moved. We actually moved to Vancouver around the same time 5 years ago. And then my parents live in Victoria now, so that's why I moved to the West Coast. So, what? You're from North York? What high school did you go to? And also, why did you move back to Switzerland? Were you like born in Toronto? Also, Jacob wants to ask you what keyboard you're using because it's so fucking loud. I agree with you.
I don't think it's because it's so loud. I'm not sure what this thing is called. I don't know what the brand is. It's like a 6 Plus. I got it on Amazon.
Show them the front where it's.
I will. It's 1 sec. So it's a 6 Plus. This is what it looks like on the front. It was like a cheapo from Amazon. The reason why it's a cheapo from Amazon is because I've always wanted a mechanical keyboard, but I was afraid to spend the money. But I'm about to buy this new one, and this is what it is.
You're about to buy another one?
Yeah, check this one out.
This is news to me.
I'm getting this Moonlander.
Oh, it's because James has one.
No, it's not. No.
Wait,
I have been looking at this for a very long time. Ask Hishka. And 2 people at my work have this thing.
James keeps just trying to copy you.
No, Alice at work has this. 2 people at work have this, and I want it. I've been getting very frustrated with my current keyboard because it always goes into this strange like function mode, and then when I type stuff, it'll like do things like pause music when I'm not trying to pause music.
How much is this thing? That looks expensive.
It doesn't matter how much it is. Yeah. Oh, Twilio has like a video SDK, I guess. QuickBooks.
Keyboards are such a huge topic.
Anyway, there is someone that has video chat as a service, and apparently Twilio does.
What?
So we could probably use Twilio, but I wanted to try this other one. I just can't find it right now, so I'll have to do some searching. But anyways.
James loves his keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. See, the thing about the Moonlander is I've always wanted it, but I was a little bit afraid, and then I asked James and saw that James used it, and now I've met enough people that say they love it, that I'm excited to purchase it and have my words per minute plummet to the end of the earth.
Okay. Okay, well, we could wrap it up. Maddie, drop your personal website where I can book an appointment with you. And we could arrange a stream where you can teach me SQL. I think that'll be super fun. I would really love that. That'll be cool. And then in the next week we will be working on just starting. I mean, what's the first step?
For us?
On what we're building. I guess we'll build a status page, or
it doesn't matter. We'll just break up the tickets.
Decide what to work on. Join our Wednesday stream if you just want to just work together, hack together. Yeah. And also, we'll be working a lot harder this month than last month because we have lots to do.
SQL learning stream. Cool. Nice. This is awesome. Yeah, one-on-one.
To get his WPM. What's WPM?
Words per minute.
Oh, words per minute.
So I guess see everyone Wednesday. Thanks for coming. And just a reminder that everything we do is open source. This month, since we're building War Room and we're trying to build a web app and a command line tool to handle some stuff, having outside contributors will probably be helpful if anyone feels like building a incident management platform for fun.
That didn't sound desperate at all.
Only a little bit of desperation.
Okay, we can do this.
Cool. Amazing. Well, thanks everyone for coming, and see you on Wednesday.
Bye!